is the London residence of the King, or Queen, of the United Kingdom, the official residence and principal workplace of the British royal family. 1. This palace was built in 1703 for the Duke of Buckingham and is surrounded by 3 parks, including the famous Hyde Park. It was built to serve the country's special events and for the royal family. Buckingham Palace was built on a site that has been privately owned for at least 150 years. It was purchased by King George III in 1761 as a gift to Queen Charlotte. In the 19th century, it was expanded, mainly by architects John Nash, II, and Edward Blore. This place officially became the residence of the British royal family when Queen Victoria ascended the throne in 1837. Buckingham Palace was originally built in 1703 as a private home for the Duke of Buckingham, who owned land in the area. At that time it was known as Buckingham House. In 1761, Buckingham Palace was handed over to King George III by the Duke of Westminster. At that time, it became the official royal home. The palace underwent many renovations and changes during the 19th century. In 1826, Queen Victoria succeeded to the throne, after which she and Queen Albert participated in renovation projects. The dining room and banquet hall in the palace were expanded and renewed. During this time, Buckingham Palace became the site of many important royal events, including state receptions and royal engagements. It has become a symbol of British royal power and history. In 1913, Buckingham Palace was expanded to include Buckingham Palace Gardens and the Victoria Memorial, a memorial to Queen Victoria. Buckingham Palace has become the site of important national celebrations and ceremonies, including Independence Day and royal events. Buckingham Palace has undergone constant evolution and has become an important part of the history and culture of the British royal family. It is now called the primary residence. The opening of Buckingham Palace to the public is an important part of its history. Buckingham Palace is usually open to the public in the summer, from July to September, when the royal family is not in residence. Tourists have the opportunity to tour the palace's many rooms, including the banqueting hall, the dining room, the performing arts hall, and many other rooms lavishly decorated with royal furniture and art. This provides a unique opportunity for visitors to explore the history, art and culture of the British royal family. In addition to visiting the palace, visitors can also witness the Doi Thang ceremony, an important royal ceremony that takes place every day at the palace gate. Opening Buckingham Palace to the public has created exciting experiences and increased closeness between the royal family and the people. Buckingham Palace is a historical and cultural symbol of the United Kingdom, especially of London. It was built in the late 17th century and is currently the residence of Queen Elizabeth II and many members of the British royal family. Buckingham Palace is located in the centre of London, in the borough of Westminster, and it is one of the important sites of this city. Buckingham Palace includes a series of function rooms, reception rooms for kings and princes, the Queen's office, the Queen's main bedroom and a series of other rooms used for important events and festivals. One of the most famous rooms of the palace is the Council Chamber, where important royal meetings take place. This room contains many precious works of art, including the painting, The Reign of Victoria, by Edwin Landseer. Buckingham Palace is one of the famous and charming tourist destinations in London, England. Built in the late 17th century, the palace is not only the residence of Queen Elizabeth II and the British royal family but also a special historical and cultural symbol of the United Kingdom. Here are some highlights and information related to this attraction. Buckingham Palace has undergone many constructions and expansions, and its current architecture displays many different styles. It was originally a grand house in Baroque architecture, but later underwent a neoclassical transformation under architect John Nash. Buckingham Palace has a number of precious rooms with extremely exquisite decorations and many precious works of art. One of the special features of Buckingham Palace is the daily changing of time ceremony. It takes place in front of Buckingham Palace in Buckingham Square and usually starts in the morning. In this ceremony, royal special forces along with horses and carriages participate, creating an impressive performance. In addition to visiting inside the palace, visitors can roam in the Buckingham Palace flower garden, where there are many beautiful plants and flowers. There is a gift shop at the palace where you can purchase products related to the royal family and Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace has witnessed many important historical events and is the site of many important royal activities. It is also featured in many films, television shows and books about the royal family. 1. When visiting Buckingham Palace, visitors should be aware of the rules and guidelines regarding security and visiting regulations. Buckingham Palace is a unique destination for visitors who want to explore the history and culture of the British royal family. It offers a rare opportunity to see the splendor of the royal family up close and learn about an important part of British heritage. The garden in front of Buckingham Palace was originally designed by architect John Nash in the 19th century. However, it underwent transformation and expansion at the hands of other architects and gardeners later on. The garden has existed for many centuries and is an important part of Buckingham Palace. The garden in front of Buckingham Palace is designed in a royal style with beautiful flower gardens, plants, and sepals. The gardens are carefully maintained and are the ideal place to relax, stroll, or enjoy the green space in the heart of London. It is a small lake in the garden where many species of birds and water plants can be found. Plants and flowers. The garden in front of Buckingham Palace has a variety of plants and flowers, creating a colorful display, especially in spring and summer. Irrigation garden. Home to a variety of irrigation plants and water plants, creating an interesting and interactive environment. There is a gift shop in the garden where visitors can purchase products related to Buckingham Palace and the royal family. There are also amenities such as restrooms and food and drink stalls so visitors can relax while sightseeing. Buckingham Palace's front garden is also home to a number of art and cultural events and exhibitions during the summer. These events are often organized to attract both tourists and local residents. Visiting the gardens in front of Buckingham Palace is a great way to relax and enjoy the green space in the heart of the vibrant capital. It also offers the opportunity to see up close the beauty and royalty of Buckingham Palace and the British royal family. The gardens in front of Buckingham Palace have existed for many centuries and have undergone many transformations and expansions. It represents the history of Buckingham Palace and was an important part of the architectural development and design of royal gardens during different periods. This garden was designed by talented architects and gardeners and has been preserved with its original architecture and design. This gives visitors the opportunity to see part of England's royal garden and architectural heritage. The gardens in front of Buckingham Palace can be considered part of the World Heritage Site preserved by UNESCO, the international organization dedicated to preserving the world's important cultural and natural heritage. If it is recognized by UNESCO, this raises its historical and cultural value on an international level. The gardens in front of Buckingham Palace are an important part of British royal culture and demonstrate the beauty and nobility of the royal family. It has been the fruit's backdrop for many important historical and cultural events, including international meetings and royal festivals. The preservation and protection of Buckingham Palace Gardens is an important part of maintaining Britain's historical and cultural heritage and its dedication to tourism and the learning of royal history and culture. The gardens in front of Buckingham Palace often host many events and exhibitions during the summer to attract tourists and local residents. These events add style and creativity to the garden's green space and make it an exciting destination. Below are some of the regular events and exhibitions held in the palace front garden. The garden is often the venue for art exhibitions featuring paintings, sculptures, and other art objects from many famous artists. Visitors have the opportunity to enjoy and buy unique works of art. The garden in front of Buckingham Palace is often the place for outdoor music performances on summer days. Concerts, classical music performances, and other special musical events make for exciting entertainment. With careful care and conservation, the Buckingham Palace front gardens often feature flower exhibitions and flower gardens in spring and summer. This is a fun opportunity to explore unique flowers and plants in a beautiful environment.